Okay, this is part one study guide of the questions we missed on exam 2. It's going to be the same concept. I'm going to read them and then give you the option. A lot of this is math, so just try your best to remember what formula. Okay? Okay, so here we go. First question. The term transaction broker has been removed from A, the paragraph on extended liability, B, the section on due diligence, C, the section on property disclosure, or D, the paragraph on vicarious liability. The answer is D, the paragraph on vicarious liability. Question 2. In those cases when a broker is involved in a transaction, but she does not prepare the contract, the broker, A, must still document that she has complied with the services provided disclosure requirements. B, is exempt from compliance with the services provided disclosure requirements. C, is allowed to select when, if the disclosure requirements are necessary. D, must document her services provided in the transaction, but under law, not allowed to disclose to either party. This is in your codes and rules. The answer is A, must still document that she has complied with the services provided disclosure requirements. Question 3. What are the duties of a broker following termination, expiration, or completion of performance? Oh wait, this is just a note. And the answer is to account for all monies and property relating to the transaction and maintain confidentiality. You know that. Okay. Here's another note. Broker Jones agreed to list his neighbor's vacant lot. The agreement was not in writing, just an over-the-fence handshake. What's the best advice that you can give Broker Jones? The answer is good practice dictates that Broker Jones put the agreement in writing. Here's the next question. Section 858-363, the authority of broker associates, deals with A, the elimination of broker associates, B, allowing associates to enter into a brokerage agreement with a party in the associate's name, C, allowing associates to open and operate an office independently from the supervision of a broker, or D, a clearer description of an associate's authority. The answer is D, a clearer description of an associate's authority. So section 858-363, the authority of broker associates, deals with a clearer description of an associate's authority. Next question. After November 1st, 2013, if you use single party broker or transaction broker, you should clearly define the usage since it is no longer in law. That was A. B, you are prohibited from using the terms broker associate and sales associate. C, you are prohibited from using the term associate. Or D, the term transaction broker has been changed to service provider. So the question is, after November 1st, 2013, stop. The answer is A. If you use single party broker or transaction broker, you should clearly define the usage since it is no longer in law. Okay, next question. A real estate professional sells property listed by another brokerage firm in the multiple listing service. The real estate professional has been working with the buyer for many months, but does not have an agency contract with him. This real estate professional has fiduciary obligations to A, the buyer, B, no one, C, the public, or D, the seller. The answer is B, no one. Next question. A man's house has been listed for sale for more than 1 year. He is very anxious to move into a retirement community. A real estate professional who is a subagent of the seller tells a prospective buyer to make a low offer because she is sure that the seller will accept it. Regarding the real estate professional's conduct, which of the following is false? A, she acted appropriately to sell the seller's property. B, her conduct implies she is representing the buyer. C, she should not assume that an anxious seller will accept a lower offer. Or D, she violated her fiduciary duty to her client. Okay, now this is where it's going to be weird because on YouTube, it says the answer is A. She acted appropriately to sell the seller's property, which makes sense because you're looking for the false answer. But on Angela's, it said she violated her fiduciary duty to her client. So I don't know. If you get that question again, just try your best. I don't know. Pick one of them. Next question. The commission on the sale of a house is $9,410, and 30% goes to the broker who listed the property. Of the remainder, the broker whose sales associate completed the transaction gets 45%. The sales associate who made the sale will receive A, $4,389, B, $3,728, C, $3,622.85, or D, $2,425. The answer is C, $3,622.85. Next question. A man leases a store space to open a restaurant. He installs ovens, booths, counters, and other equipment. When would these items become real property? A, at lease expiration if the man does not remove them. B, after they are installed. C, after the man defaults on his rental payments. D, after the lease takes effect. The answer is A, at lease expiration if the man does not remove them. Next question. An important characteristic of land is that it may be modified or improved at some point in time. Depending on its type, an improvement may increase the value of real estate greatly. All of the following are considered to be improvements except A, sewers, B, crops, C, buildings, D, roads. The answer is B, crops. I don't know how I got that one wrong. I should have known that one. Okay, next question. Which type of information is not automatically considered confidential? A, motivating factors in exchanging a property. B, motivating factors for selling. C, proposed property zoning change. D, financing terms. The answer is C, proposed property zoning change. Some of these I'm like, how did I get these wrong? Because I definitely should have known that. Under what conditions can you disclose confidential information? A, when a cooperating broker's client asks a direct question in written form. B, upon the close of a transaction. C, upon the death of your client. D, if the disclosure is required by law. The answer is D, if the disclosure is required by law. That's when you can disclose confidential information, if it is required by law. Okay, next question is, it just says fiduciary duties, and then it goes on to your options. A, do not allow the broker to cooperate with another broker in a transaction. B, take precedence over the duties defined in Oklahoma law. C, do not take precedence over the duties defined in Oklahoma law. D, require some form of payment in exchange for services to be legal. The answer is C. Do not take precedence over the duties defined in the Oklahoma law. So fiduciary duties do not take precedence over the duties defined in Oklahoma law. Which of the following does not require broker supervision? A, attending a required real estate class. B, entering into a listing agreement. C, showing a property to a potential buyer. D, advertising a listed property. The answer is A, attending a required real estate class. That does not require a broker supervision. That does not require broker supervision. Next question. Which of the following parcels of land is the smallest? A, 2 sections. B, 2 square miles. C, 1,280 acres. Or D, 0.5 of a township. Your answer is D, 0.5 of a township. The guy on YouTube, he had this same question, and he said A, B, and C were all the same size. It's D that's the smallest. Okay? The current property taxes on a parcel are $1,743.25 and have not been paid. If the sale is to be closed on August 12th, what is the approximate tax proration that will be charged to the seller based on a 360-day year? A, $1,074. B, $1,104. C, $1,220. Or D, $668. The answer is A, 1,074. So that's 1074. Okay, this is a note. A man owned 2 acres of land. He sold 1 acre to a neighbor and reserved for himself an appurtenant easement over his neighbor's land for ingress and egress. The man's land is the dominant tenement, obviously, right? Okay, next question. A woman owns 50 acres of land with 50 feet of frontage on a desirable recreational lake. She wishes to subdivide the parcel into saleable lots, but she wants to retain control over the lake frontage while allowing lot owners to have access to the lake. Which of the following types of access rights would provide the greatest protection for a prospective lot purchaser? A, appurtenant easement. B, easement and gross. C, easement by necessity, or D, license? The answer is A, approved easement. Next question. A homestead exemption protects against judgments, A, of unsecured creditors, B, resulting from unpaid taxes, C, from foreclosure of a mortgage, D, that result from costs of improvements. We should have known this one too, I don't know. A, of unsecured creditors. A father conveyed the family home to his daughter by will as pour à travail for the life of her mother. If the daughter should die before the mother who gains possession of the property, if the daughter should die before the mother, who gains possession of the property? A, remainderman, B, mother, C, father's other children, or D, daughter's heirs? The answer is D, daughter's heirs. Next question. A home mortgage loan closed on July 1st for $765,000 at 5.5 interest, amortized over 25 years at $4,697.77 per month. Using a 360-day year, what would the principal amount be after the monthly payment was made August 1st? A, $764,936.30. B, $764,106.25. C, $763,808, $763,808.48, or D, $754,275. Your answer is C, $763,808. So 763,808.48. $763,808.48. An appraiser estimated the replacement cost of a new building at $560,000. The building has an estimated economic life of 40 years and an estimated remaining life of 30 years. What is the current value of the building? A, $140,000, B, $392,000, C, $420,000, D, $560,000. Now this one, we know how to do. I wrote this down. I think I did. Yeah, it's the straight line method. Well, the straight line method is replacement cost divided by total years, okay? And that gives you the cost per year. Then you multiply the depreciated years. I don't have my calculator because the phone is filming. So you would take the $560,000, okay? Because the replacement cost of a new building is $560,000, see? And then you divide that by your total years, life of 40 years. So you divide it by 40 years. And then that number, you are going to multiply by the remaining years, the 30 years, which should get you which should get you answer C, $420,000. Okay, try to remember that, Sarah. It's the replacement cost divided by the total years, the life years, okay? Then multiplied by the remaining years. And that's how you do the straight line method for a problem like that, okay? Replacement cost divided by total years, multiply remaining years. Okay. Property purchased 5 years ago was assessed for tax purposes at 50% of market value. The tax rate was $4.90 per 100 of assessed valuation. Today, the taxes imposed at the same tax and assessment rate have increased by $637. How much was the market value of the property? How much has the market value of the property increased, assuming straight line appreciation? So this is straight line appreciation. I don't think it's the same. Yeah. I don't know, just try to watch your videos on math, I guess. Okay, so here's the options. A, $3,121.30. B, $6,242.60. C, $13,000. Or D, $26,000. Your answer is D, $26,000. Next question. An option is granted when an owner gives the potential purchaser the right to purchase the property. A, at any time or price. B, at a fixed price within a certain period of time. C, without making any official record of the purchase. Or D, none of these. Your answer is C, without making any official record of the purchase. Okay, next question. A title insurance policy that protects the interest of a mortgagee is called A, leasehold policy. B, lender's policy. C, certificate of sale policy. Or D, an ALTA. Your answer is C, a lender's policy. A title mortgage insurance policy that protects the interests of a mortgagee is called a lender's policy, which makes sense, right? Because who is the mortgagee? The mortgagee is the lender. Next question. In which of the following situations could a quitclaim deed not be used? A, to convey title. B, to release a nominal real estate interest. C, to remove a cloud on title. D, to warrant that a title is valid. Which of the following situations could a quitclaim deed not be used? Your answer is D, to warrant that a title is valid. Next question. A grantor does not wish to convey certain property rights. The grantor may note the exceptions in the A, separate document. B, purchase agreement. C, listing agreement. Or D, deed of conveyance. The grantor does not wish to convey certain property rights. Where may he note these exceptions? It's D, in the deed of conveyance. Okay? Next question. A lease provides that the tenant pays a $760 minimum rent per month plus 4% of the gross sales in excess of $150,000 per year. If the tenant paid a total rent of $20,520 last year, what was the gross sales volume? A, $150,000. B, $435,000. C, $285,000. D, $513,000. Your answer is B, $435,000. The Comprehensive Environmental Response, Compensation, and Liability Act was amended in 1986 to protect innocent landowners from cleanup liability through which legislative act? A. FIREA, FIREA. B. CERCLA, CERCLA. C. The Mandate Disclosure Act, or D. SARA. You should have known this. It's D. SARA. When you first see it, because it's spelling out the Comprehensive Environmental Response Compensation and Liability Act, you automatically see CERCLA, but it's not CERCLA because it's which legislative act protects against that. And CERCLA was established in 1980. It establishes a fund, initially $1.6 billion, called the Superfund. SARA is the Superfund Amendments and Reauthorization Act. So SARA helps with CERCLA. Okay. All right. How many acres are contained in the tract described as beginning at the northwest corner of the southwest quarter, then south along the west line to the southwest corner of the section, then east along the south line of the section, 2,640 feet, more or less, to the southeast corner of said southwest quarter, then in a straight line to the POB, which is the point of beginning. A, 80 acres. B, 320 acres. C, 160 acres. Or D, 40 acres. Now, how I was taught was you just take the denominators in the quarters, okay, and you multiply those, and then you divide it by 640, and that will tell you how many acres. But the answer is A, 80 acres. Next question, if a property closed on June 30th and the annual ad valorem taxes were $3,920, how much would the seller's prorated portion be on the settlement statement? A, $3,920. B, $600. C, $1,960. Or D, $1,200. Your answer is C, $1,960. Which of the following statements best explains why instruments affecting real estate are recorded? A, recording gives constructive notice to the world of the rights and interests claimed by a party in a particular parcel of real estate. B, failing to record will void the transfer. C, the instruments must be recorded to comply with the terms of the statute of frauds. And D, recording proves the executive of the instrument. The answer is C. The instruments must be recorded to comply with the terms of the statute of frauds. Next question. A buyer purchased a half acre of land for $2.15 per square foot. What was the price of the parcel? A, $774. B, $46,827. C, $1,376. Or D, $93,654. Your answer is B, $46,827. Next question. All of the following are true for the inducement of panic selling in a neighborhood for financial gain, except A, it is prohibited by the Fair Housing Law of 1968. B, it is limited to fear of loss of value because of the charging of the racial composition of a neighborhood. C, it is known as blockbusting. D, the prohibition applies to licensed real estate agents. The answer is B. It is limited to fear of loss of value because of the charging of the racial composition of a neighborhood. So all of the following are true for the inducement of panic selling in a neighborhood for financial gain, except it is limited to fear of loss of value because of the charging of the racial composition of a neighborhood. Next question. 20 years ago, this question I actually got right on the test, and I remember it, and I changed it on the last minute. 20 years ago, a family purchased a vacant lot for $26,500. They made no improvements during the time they owned the property. Recently, they sold the lot for $62,275. What was their percentage of gross profit? Now, these two numbers, you just take them and you divide them, and you'll get your answer. So is it A, 42.6%, B, 58.2%, C, 135%, or D, 235%, 235? Your answer is D, 235%. 235. Next question. A buyer has deposited 10% of the sales price of a condominium with the broker as earnest money, and the bank has agreed to lend $51,000, which is 80% of the sales price. How much additional funding must the buyer provide to complete this transaction? A, $6,375. B, $5,100, C, $5,500, or D, $6,125. Your answer is A, $6,375. Next question. When a prospective buyer makes a written purchase offer that the seller accepts, then A, buyer may take possession of the real estate. B, buyer receives equitable title to the property. C, seller grants the buyer possessory rights. Or D, buyer receives legal title to the property. So the question again is, when a prospective buyer makes a written purchase offer that the seller accepts, then the answer is B. Then the buyer receives equitable title to the property. Next question. A trust that is established after the death of the owner is called A, testamentary trust, B, trust by will, C, beneficial trust, or D, living trust. See, at first I thought it was trust by will, because will, death, but I was wrong. It is A, testamentary trust. So a testamentary trust is a will that is established after the death of the owner. A trust that is established after the death of the owner is called a testamentary trust. A lien on real estate would be which of the following? A, recorded mortgage, B, easement, C, encroachment, D, restrictive covenant. I don't know why I got this one wrong. We know what a lien on real property is. It's obviously a recorded mortgage, Sarah. An easement is not a lien, an encroachment is not a lien, and a restrictive covenant is not a lien. And you know for a fact a mortgage is a lien. It's a voluntary specific lien. So why did you get that one wrong? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Okay. The process by which government can acquire ownership of private land for public use is, okay, now let's think about this, okay? The process by which government can acquire ownership of private land for public use is A, condemnation, B, escheat, C, eminent domain, D, doctrine of public acquisition. Okay, so it's obviously A, condemnation, because if it just would have said the right by which government can acquire ownership of private land for public use, that would have been eminent domain. But since it said the process by which government can acquire ownership of private land for public use, that is condemnation. Okay? Read the question all the way through before you do anything. Okay? Next question. Assume that the listing and selling brokers split the commission evenly. What is the sales price of the property if the listing broker received $2,593.50 and the total commission rate was 6.5%? Okay, so we were just learning this earlier. We'll have to go over and watch it again, see, because he just told me this earlier. God damn it. All right, I don't want to waste too much time. Assume that the listing and selling broker split the commission evenly. What is the sales price of the property if the listing broker received $2,593.50 and the total commission was 6.5%? To calculate sales price using a commission and a commission rate, here we go, you divide the commission by the commission rate. So that's how we would figure that out. We would take the $2,593.50 and we would divide it by 6.5%, which should get us our answer. So which one is it? A, 88,400, B, 79,800, C, 76,200, D, 39,900. So to find the sales price using a commission and a commission rate, your answer would be B, 79,800. Next question, which of the following is not a test to identify a fixture? A, size of the item, B, intent of the parties, C, method of attachment, D, adaptation of the item to real estate. The answer is A, size of the item. We should have known this, okay? Obviously, method of attachment, adaptation